Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show, and I could not be more happy than to have the 4A state champions in wrestling. The Wasatch Wrestlers are here. Welcome, gentlemen, to the show. It's great to have you. I've got right next to me Richie Haywood.
Yes, sir.
And you're a 182-pound wrestler. Next to him, Corbin Smith, weighing in at a big 145. And right next to him, Jacob Disher, who comes in at 160. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. It is just awesome to have you guys. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
You guys could, I imagine, couldn't be much happier.
Yeah, it's the way we wanted to end our season.
Yeah, it's the way to end a senior year, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about what that day, this night was like for you guys. Wrestling for the championship. It was a pretty exciting night, all things considered.
Yeah, it was. It was I guess we'd been looking forward to a day like that ever since we were little kids. Been working lots of hours, lots of time put into it, and it was fun to see the outcome.
Did you feel like this was a foregone conclusion, having won 3 times previously? Did that feel like kind of has to happen? Is that your feeling?
Yeah, it was definitely expectation for all of us because all of us wanted to go out on top.
Yeah.
And so it was definitely our main goal.
Okay. And then as you guys got into it, talk about your competitors. Talk about the competition. Who was it you guys were up against, and talk about them a little bit.
I wrestled a kid who was a previous state champion last year at 160.
Yeah.
And I've wrestled him 4 times now. I've beat him all of the times, but this last one was a close one.
Yeah. Talk about that. What was the difference here, do you think?
I think he was the underdog, and it gave him, because it was a state tournament, it gave him more of a fighting edge, and I was trying to hold on to the title a little bit more instead of letting go and wrestle.
Yeah. And when we talk about wrestling, I don't think people at home necessarily understand how physical this sport is. It is not what you did with your little brother on the carpet at home. It is much more intense. It is a lot, I'd say, dare say, a little scarier in the sense of, what you have at risk, trying to get a win. Yeah. Talk about that. What is wrestling? Describe what wrestling is for somebody with no idea at all.
A lot of tournaments you come out with bloody noses and black eyes, but it takes a special kind of person to enjoy wrestling.
Yeah, it's very physical.
Yeah.
People grabbing at you, pulling, ripping on your ear. That's a big one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get the cauliflower ear thing going, right?
Yeah.
That happens.
He's got it.
It's part of wrestling, right? It is, when it comes to trying to get a pin or to try to determine what to do next, that's a very much in the moment kind of thing. How would you describe that?
I don't know, for me it's really, you kind of go out and wrestle and you don't really think about it. You kind of let your instincts take over.
Yeah.
And if the pin's there, then you want to work towards it to get that. And I don't know, most of the time for me it's just kind of like, oh, he's rolling over, and then you just kind of catch him.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Thinking ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little chess-like in that sense, right?
Just instincts, yeah.
Yeah. Talk about what makes this team so special. Why do you think this team is obviously the best?
Well, I moved here in 4th grade. I live from Minnesota. My dad came here to coach, and we just had a bond since 4th grade. We've had the solid group. We've had our ups and downs, but we've just had a solid group, and we made it fun, and I think that's the most important part.
Now you got to take off the hat for just a second so we can see the hair color here. Yep. All the guys in the team bleached their hair, right?
Yeah.
What is that all about?
I think it's just another way to kind of unify us, and when you walk into a tournament and everyone sees the bleached hair, and kind of freaks them out.
Yeah, you guys are a little intimidating as a team, right? Would that be a good analogy? Okay. Yeah. So talk about, we just have another moment left, and I want to talk about this. Who is the most inspirational? Can you give me somebody who really inspires the team? Is it the coach? Is there a captain? Is there somebody fellow wrestler?
Kind of the basis that we've had basically our whole high school career. We had a friend pass away when we were in 8th grade, and that's kind of our inspiration has been.
Keep looking back to him.
Yeah,
talk about that story.
Well, 8th grade came around and we're all wrestling, having a good time. In the middle of the season, he went snowmobiling with his parents.
This is
his name's Coleman Sweat.
Yep.
And he passed away in an avalanche. He didn't kind of in a place where it really shouldn't have happened, but unforeseen, and it kind of brought the whole team together. We definitely were not expecting it, but it was.
You guys have been wrestling for him ever since.
Yeah.
Well, that's an awesome story, guys. And it's neat that you putting him on that pedestal and then also making sure raising him up with a win is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Well, that's great stuff. I sure appreciate you guys being here. You're seniors, coming up on the end of the end of your career in wrestling. Where are you going next? What's your plan?
I'm still looking at colleges for wrestling.
Okay. Yeah. What's your hope? Where you want to go?
UVU's been talking to me a lot, but I think that's probably where I'll end up.
Probably where you're going. Okay. How about you?
I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing with my life.
Nothing wrong with that. I still am too. What about you?
Yeah, I've been on some visits and just checking out.
Checking out some schools?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet.
All right. Well, I know you guys are going to do well in that arena as well. Thank you so very much for being here. We got more of the team coming up as well here on the Mountain Morning Show. You're going to stay tuned. We got some sophomores, some juniors. I think we even have a freshman here. We'll find out right after this.